And we're live. Hello, YouTube. I'm Dan Salem live on the BuzzChomp YouTube channel. We are going to start talking the NFL. I got beard. Awesome. Thank you, Beer Meat. And we're going to start. We're going to talk the NFL in a minute. Today's topic is the New York Jets versus the New York Giants in 2018. Who will be better? We will also touch on other headlines. I will double check the ESPN blogos. Oh. Decline. Oh, I hit decline. Sorry. This fancy technology out there. You get phone calls on machines and the phone rings on the computer. I just can't keep up with it. But what I can do is go live on Facebook. So we're live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Facebook. I'm Dan Salem. This is my beautiful daughter, Maddie Salem. Say hi, Maddie. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Facebook. All right, Dan Salem. At the Dan Salem. Please shut the door. At the Dan Salem. I'm live on Facebook. And over on YouTube, I'm live on BuzzChomp's YouTube channel. This is an NFL live stream. Please shut the door. And we are going to be discussing the New York Giants and the New York Jets today in the forefront because it's kind of a dead time in the NFL. Today was like the first official day where teams could franchise tag players, or how do you say it, cut them. Not much news has trickled down, if you will. Very little news, if you will. But it's the first day. What do we expect, right? So, I mean, the Bears released Freeman. That's not really big news. Oh gosh, ESPN, you're just struggling today. All right, I just wanted to make sure there was no new headlines before I dove into this Giants versus Jets, which is the crux of our conversation here. I'd pick the Giants over the Jets. Oh, Marcos, how dare you? I am obviously a Jets fan, so I can't help but be a little bit biased. But I will say I like to pride myself on being able to still speak unbiased, even though I am a Jets fan. So let me say, how dare you? This is me typing with my daughter in my hand. Oh, no. I'm kicking the camera. How dare you? Okay, so let's dive into this because that comment, I pick the Giants over the Jets. Yes, most people would. And the reason is Odell Beckham Jr. and Eli Manning. I understand. But we all know how last season turned out for both teams. Now, the Jets entered 2017 with very low expectations. Many people didn't even think they'd win a game. I knew that they finished right about how I expected them to. I had a ceiling, a high point of 9 wins for them, and a low point of 3. And they finished with 5. They probably should have got more. But regardless, the Giants, they surprised the hell out of me in their ineptitude and crappiness. I really thought that they were going to be better, and they were not. Thank you for retweeting me, NFL Spin Zone, talking about the Vikings over there today. My brother and I, Todd, debating the Vikings and what they should do at quarterback. The Giants have their quarterback. Their heart lies with the Eagles. Okay, well, fair enough. So then you should pick against the Giants. Never pick for your own division rival unless you're want to side with your brethren. I get it. So the Giants are solid at quarterback, but last year the Jets had a much better quarterback. Josh McCown, until he got hurt, was infinitely better than Eli Manning. Now, Eli Manning's consistent. He never is wow and flashy. When the Giants themselves are not very good, he throws a lot more interceptions. And because he's asked to do more. When the Giants themselves are down. All right, when the Giants are good, Eli looks good. When the Giants are bad, Eli looks bad. He didn't have his weapons last year. Odell Beckham got hurt. Brandon Marshall got hurt. And pause. Maddie. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Thank you. Okay, so the Giants underachieved last season, But they did not win very many football games. The Jets won more football games. So I'm going to go unit by unit. We'll start with quarterback. The Giants have Eli Manning, who has another 2 to 3 seasons left in him at any kind of level close to what he was before. They likely draft a new quarterback, a rookie, who, if everything goes well, shouldn't play this season. This is Eli Manning's last season, his swan song, if you will. They will draft, if they draft a quarterback in the first round because they pick before the Jets, then that player is likely going to be sat on the bench for the year, sit room behind Manning, and if the Giants are out of it with like a month to go, he'll play. If they're in it, Manning's going to keep playing and try to take him to another Super Bowl. So, can you please shut the door? I asked you before. You're interrupting my live stream. It's hard to talk about football. Sorry. Okay, so the Jets at quarterback. Last year had Josh McCown, who had his career years. He had a great season. Much better than Eli Manning. But he's a free agent. So, whoever the Jets add is likely going to be better than Eli Manning, unless they draft a rookie and start that rookie. We're not comparing backup quarterbacks. If the Jets get Kirk Cousins is better than Eli Manning. Case Keenum was way better than Eli Manning last season. I mean, I'm not saying the Jets should go after Blake Bortles if the Jaguars cut him. I don't think they should break the bank for Nick Foles. Teddy Bridgewater and Sam Bradford are solid quarterbacks in their own right. I like Tyrod Taylor. All of these players, the bottom line, all these players have more upside than Manning. We know what Manning's peak is, and we know where his bottom, and he generally is in the middle in the regular season and then goes up to the peak of the playoffs. That's what's made him so great over his career. But he's rarely in Pro Bowl form during the regular season. And I don't think the Giants are going to make the playoffs next year, barring a miraculous turnaround. Now, they got a new defensive coordinator. They got a new offense. They got a whole new coaching staff. They could be great on defense, potentially. And I guess my thing is, what have they done to fix the offensive line and running game? They have not done anything yet. Maybe they draft Saquon Barkley in the first round, and that would be a home run, most likely, for them in their offense. But the Giants, granted they're going to have an easier schedule potentially, they have a tough division. They have to play the Cowboys. They have to play the Eagles. They have to play the Redskins, who are still above average. The Jets, yes, they have to play the Patriots. But Miami, we don't know what's happening there. In Buffalo, we don't know what's happening there. Neither of those teams have solid quarterback situations. Neither of those teams particularly scare me as a Jets fan. I think the Jets are in an easier division because, hell, New England's a step below the Eagles. Cheers to you, Marcos. All right. At running back, the Jets are likely going to cut Matt Forte. They have Bilal Powell, who has been excellent. They like to have a three-headed monster. So Elijah McGuire, I thought he had a decent rookie year. He never really found his legs. I think that he's going to get better. They had a better running game than the Giants, and I think it remains better. They actually care about running the football. The Giants didn't seem to. They haven't. Maybe they will this year. Who knows? I like the Jets running game better, and I mean their offensive line. Both the teams' offensive lines are kind of weak, so we'll see how they will turn around this season. In terms of wide receivers, well, the Giants obviously win that with Odell Beckham. I think they're going to cut Brandon Marshall, but the Jets, I don't know who. I mean, Robbie Anderson, Quincy Enunwa. We don't know if they're going to be better, the same, worse. If they'll actually be on the team. Enunwa's coming off an injury too. So the Giants have a better wide receiver top, but then do they have a better core? Tight ends better on the Giants, but the Jets found lightning in a bottle with Safarian Jenkins, who had a good season. So their offense, Giants better wide receiver, Jets better running back, quarterback. I don't know. kind of even on offense. Defensively, Jets, Giants. The reason I put the Jets above the Giants, Jets have a known commodity in their system with Todd Bowles in place and their defensive coordinator. The Giants are installing a whole new one. The Jets are younger. The Giants have an older, aging defensive front that grossly underachieved last year, and maybe they'll be renewed. Maybe they'll just continue to be average. But the Jets have a great young core of defensive talent. 2 safeties that are going to be in their second year. I'm very excited about. Their linebackers have stepped it up last season. They need to improve there a bit. And they were great on the front, so they need to get a new cornerback. These teams are very close because we don't know who the Jets will have quarterback. And that player is likely better on paper than Manning. I'm giving the edge to the Jets. Now, both teams right now, before the draft, before they add anybody, are a stretch to make the playoffs. They were both rather far away last season. Both conferences are top heavy if we're using last season as a barometer. That means the Giants have to get through the Eagles, the Vikings, the Packers, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Saints, the freaking Seahawks. They say the Seahawks? Carolina, Atlanta. I'm forgetting Atlanta. There's a lot of teams that are pretty damn good in the NFC. Now, a few of those teams will fall off, and a couple others will rise up. The AFC, not quite as packed at the top. New England and Pittsburgh and Jacksonville, yes. We don't know how Kansas City will fare with a new quarterback. We don't know how Oakland will fare because they were so disappointing last season. The Chargers are always muddling in the middle. And, nobody else really scares you. Maybe Tennessee, maybe. The Jets, there's a little bit more open space in the AFC for the Jets to grab a wild card playoff spot. Barring unforeseen circumstances, the Patriots are likely going to win the AFC East, though. That's where we stand as of today. Any big headlines in the NFL? Oh, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers released running back Doug Martin. I don't know if he's like a good or a bad pickup. I can't decide. I want to think that he's a good pickup for low money. People are reaching deals. Titans 5-year deal with Suckup. Lewis signs another season in Jacksonville. Eagles promoted Grow to offensive coordinator. That was a good decision. I like keeping it internal, keeping it continuity-wise. That they need that. But there's all this speculation about who's going to go where and blah blah blah. It does not look like Kirk Cousins is going to receive the franchise tag. That's smart. It does not look like many players are going to get franchised at all. ESPN's got predictions. No one's been franchised. We're debating, Todd and I, on Spin Zone today regarding the Vikings. We touched on the Eagles last week, what to do with Nick Foles. I think they get as much as they possibly can for him at the trade deadline in the middle of the season. Then they have 2/3 of the year with a great backup or starter if necessary, because we don't know how Wentz will recover for injury. And then they can get a haul for a team that needs a quarterback making a playoff run. If they get an offer they can't refuse right now, great. But the rumors are they're not going to accept anything less than a first or 2 firsts. And that's steep money for a quarterback that had one amazing playoff run, but not a lot of regular season success. So I wouldn't pay it. Trade deadline it is. Thank you. Trade deadline it is. Then we talked about the Patriots' biggest need. Who do they retain? My brother Todd Salem really thinks they got to focus on the offensive line. I don't disagree. It was a big problem for them. But they had a good running game last year, and a large part of that was because of the offensive line, but they were fill-ins. And it was also because of Deion Lewis, who's a free agent. I think he's a huge get. I think he's going to command a hefty price tag because he had such success in New England. Now, only had like one real season of success. The Patriots would be smart to keep him in their system. If he's free, I want the Jets to snatch him up. The Giants should try to snatch him up. Either of those teams would be way better with Deion Lewis in their backfield. He's an excellent running back, very smart. Now today we're debating the Minnesota Vikings and their quarterback quandary. They have 3 players, free agents: Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Bradford, and Case Keenum. I was kind of championing the fact that Minnesota should sign Bridgewater because he's going to command low money, and sign Bradford because I can't. Why would he's commanding low money too? He had one good game before he got hurt. Both of those players played really well before they got hurt. They're coming off of serious injuries that have kept them sidelined for quite some time. I don't think they command much money on the open market. I think the Vikings know them best, have a reason to pay them slightly higher, but not too high, and they can get both of those guys for less than they can keep Keenum. Keenum, deservedly so, is going to get a big payday. He should. They should do that. They should let him get his payday elsewhere. Don't pay him. Like, he was great, but I don't think that that's best where they should spend their money. I think they should spend it on the Bridgewater-Bradford tandem and then distribute. If I have to pick one, I really like Bridgewater's high ceiling. I mean, it's been a long time since Teddy's been on the field, but this isn't like a knock on Case Keenum. I like Case Keenum. I think he's a very good quarterback. I just think that he is not worth the money he's going to get. Does that make sense? He has earned a major payday. I hope it doesn't come from my New York Jets, but he's earned it. Jacksonville would be smart to pay him $15 million. It's cheaper than paying Blake Bortles $19 million, and I think Keenum's better than Bortles. See what they decide. Those are my opinions. It's interesting. Jacksonville's next up for our debate, likely coming over tomorrow. What do they do with Bortles? Kind of consensus here. No, it's not consensus. My brother thinks they should keep Bortles. The devil you know. They know what he can do well. They know what he can't do well. He has flourished in the system. The team has flourished with him. I'm not sure. This is the best way I can say to him. He doesn't hurt your team, but he doesn't really go out of his way to help it either. They almost beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship, but he didn't do anything to hurt his team. He didn't make that big play to help his team either. Not like the big play because they lost. So we've seen other quarterbacks make that play. That's the difference between Bortles and someone slightly better. He's good. He deserves to be a starter in the NFL. But does he? Not for $19 million. Not for $19 million. He's not like a top-tier quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Doesn't make a mistake. Manages your team. But he's not going to win you the football game, most likely. 9 out of 10 times. Maybe that one time he will. So I'd hesitate to stick that much money in his pocket. Jacksonville already did. He may have a wrist injury. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't think they can void his contract if he's injured. So there's lots of gray area there. This is a win-win for Bortles. Jacksonville's in a tough spot. Hi, ladies. We'll take it back to the Jets and the Giants for a moment. Is there one player we'd like to see these teams retain? It's interesting how Brandon Marshall was on the Jets. One good year, one bad year. On the Giants, got hurt. Where is he going to end his career? Because he's only got another season or two left. He likely wants to win a championship. He thought it was going to be with New York Giants. Did not even get anywhere near happening. Not even close. Not even like in the ballpark. So, does he find his way to a different team? Does he end his career with a team that has a shot to win it? He could be a good fit in like Green Bay as like a second-tier option for Aaron Rodgers. Could be a good fit in New Orleans. Anybody with a solid, commanding quarterback, good fit. Perhaps he's a good fit on the Giants. I just think they're going to cut him. He's too expensive. Maybe they cut him and then re-sign him for less money. That always stinks. Side note, baseball's back. Pitchers and catchers reported. I'm a big Yankees fan, as you can see. You can't see on Facebook. You can see on YouTube the hats behind me. On Facebook, all you get is the Jets. That's cool. I'm excited for my Yankees. 1 game away from the World Series last year. I like the team returning. I like the players we've added. This is going to be a fun, competitive season for my Yankees. That being said, back to other New York teams. The Jets are going to be improved next year. I'd like to see them secure that wild card spot. In the AFC, it's very possible. The Giants are going to get better too. I don't think they make the playoffs year 1 with their new coach and coaching staff. Unfortunately for Eli, he's going to have to play like another 2 or 3 for them to get anywhere near returning to playoff glory that he wants. Maybe he's this like 1-year stopgap for their new rookie. Maybe they bring in a running back to actually give him something because they think he's got a couple seasons in him. I don't know. I kind of think this is like the last year for Eli Manning. It might be the last year for Ben Roethlisberger. I think Breeze has got 2 more. Rivers has got 3 more. Brady's going to keep pushing the envelope, but he's probably only got 3 left too. Big turnover in the NFL. Big, big turnover. Any questions before I sign off for today? This has been a great conversation. Giants versus Jets, baby. Woo! All right, well, enjoy this dead time in the NFL because we never know what news might break. I'm Dan Salem. I've been live at the Dan Salem over on Facebook, over on YouTube, BuzzChomp's YouTube channel. I'm live every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time because I'm here in Los Angeles. Oh, yeah, baby. Have a great evening, and I will be back next Tuesday. Boom! Oh, that's me hitting the button, but it didn't work. Boom! And good night.